one is Brent Fayez. Red flag. Alright, you guys know how it goes. You guys know the drill. We're just gonna get straight into it.
You gonna go?
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna make me read it. Won't let you talk to other guys. Red flag.
I think that you should be allowed to talk to other people that are not just your same sex, because that's just really weird and that's isolating you from other people, and that is toxic mentality.
Not only that, I feel like I can understand if it was maybe like an ex.
I
could understand because I don't really vibe with like friends with exes kind of thing. I don't understand that. But other guys just in general, especially if you've been friends for years, that's kind of messed up.
You. Personally, I am green flag. She is massive red flag.
I'm a green flag. What do you mean?
You know, just sometimes.
Okay, I feel like we both have our green and red flags though.
Oh, okay, we don't need to get into those.
But we're both a green and red flag. I feel like most people are though. Like everyone has
their differences.
Everyone has their differences, and everyone has little things that probably make them like annoying or a little bit of a red flag. But I wouldn't say like everything I do makes me completely a red flag. I wouldn't say everything you do makes you completely a green flag.
Oh, and I love the next one. You want to read it?
Next one is, you're both red flags because y'all too hot for this world.
Thank you. Uses names like babe, pookie, or pumpkin unironically. It's too excessive.
Much. Yeah.
That is a red flag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is a red flag. Oh, like especially the last two, pookie or pumpkin. What? Come again? Not eating the crust on their bread or pizza. Red flag. I'm sorry. First of all, especially when it comes to pizza, stuffed crust I can't really get behind. So anyway, okay. But you already have cheese on your pizza. Why do you need it also in the crust? Like that's too much. But like the crust is like almost like the best part of like the pizza. Like you eat the pizza and then you wait to get to the crust.
Yeah, but then pies or quiches, the crust.
Yeah, but then also with like bread, I remember in elementary people would be like, yeah, my mom cuts off the crust for me because like I don't really like it. I'm like,
it doesn't even taste different.
It's
just a part of the bread.
It's just a thicker part of the bread. Like,
and you know,
what do you mean?
I remember those kids from elementary school, and they just reminded me of picky eaters. And one of my ex is a picky eater, so that is an automatic red flag.
Next one is Brent Fayez. I want to say red flag only because him as a person I don't really know much about, but like most of his music is like, especially his newest album is very like toxic, and so it's like I
don't know much about, like I listen to some of the songs but like not a lot of them. I feel like if someone, because you know the people that make a music artist, their personality, that in general is kind of a red flag, but like, yeah, red flag. If he tells people he suspects are toxic not to talk to you.
I feel like that's a green flag, honestly, because I mean, in this scenario, unlike the first few, this one's like, it's more of being protective rather than controlling. Yeah. Because if they know someone's toxic, I don't think you want to be around toxicity. Yeah. Unless you do, go for that.
Well,
but like,
that's a whole
I know me personally, and I feel like most people out there, they'd rather keep their sanity.
I kind of just look at that as like, you know, a friend saying to someone who you probably disagree with, like, okay, let's just not do that.
Yeah.
Opposite gender best friend. As a red flag, they put it
as a red flag, and I'm
kind of conflicted on this one.
I'm conflicted too because I feel like we should both explain our reasoning. I'll go first real quick. One, I feel like it's different if they grew up together and they're like brother and sister relationship. Like, you know for a fact there's no strings attached. There's not no friends with benefits. It's none of that. So it's like one thing if you look at each other as like brother and sister or like cousins almost, you know. Another thing if they're like really close and like you can get that like feeling that there's possibly something more here that they've just never crossed the line to or something. But I feel like it depends. Yeah. So I don't think it's strongly a red flag or a green flag.
I think like if both people didn't consider each other like in a romantic way, then it should be fine. other than that, I think it's kind of in the middle.
Right.
I think it's very specific because you need a little bit of context for that.
This one is red flag doesn't know how to read. And I agree with you.
Yes.
But if you don't like know how to read at all, like we need to have a conversation. We need to have a learning lesson so you can learn how to read.
Like, I feel like for the school books that they assign you, you don't necessarily have to like it, but you gotta be kind of willing to like expand your knowledge.
Not even willing, just like know how to read.
You have to be Miss or Mr. Spelling Bee, but you gotta know some basic comprehension. Okay, this one is green flag because they put a green check mark. It says doesn't cuss out they mother. First of all, the spelling is a little sus, but that's okay.
First of all, let's talk about the grammar.
I kind of have a little bit of a counter to this.
Yeah, I don't know. Ellie can go first, and then I'll explain.
Yeah. You don't want to directly just be rude to your mother and just like call her bad things, but I feel like every parent and child should have a little bit of banter, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the times we're just like.
Anyway, my side of the story is it's both a red and green flag. If we're talking about like cussing out like B word, MF, like
that's what I meant.
Kind of stuff. No. Like I'm not gonna out here go call my mom a B word. But then like also the other side of it is like how Ellie said, like if you're playing around a little bit, like have some fun
every single day.
Where I'm going with this, but like just words like that, but like we're not gonna go out here and like call her mean names, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you guys understand where we're coming from. Green flag reads. I mean, we established this one. Reading, it's not a must. I mean, if it's not a hobby of yours, I mean, it's a hobby of mine. But like, if it's not a hobby of yours, that's fine.
You
but, like,
just need to be able to read and actually comprehend what you're reading, not just today Toby walked to the park. Okay, well, you gotta understand that. Red flag is lies. Okay.
I agree, but I also disagree.
Same.
I will explain my reasoning and then Ellie can explain hers. My reasoning for agreeing is if it's something major, like if they're like keeping a big secret from you that will eventually harm you in the end once you find out,
or your relationship with the person.
Or your relationship with the person, or if you have to like sneak around because you suspect they're lying and then you have to find out from people you don't want to find out from rather than finding out from your actual significant other. That's horrible. And that's where I agree with that being a red flag. If it's for like little white lies, like surprises, gifts, something like that, that's gonna do good to you in the future rather than bad, there I disagree.
I agree with that. And then there's just some things that like you can eventually tell the person, but that they don't need to know in that moment. That is like small things.
Yeah, and like once again, it wouldn't harm you if you didn't find out like right in that second either. Our last one is another red flag, and it's a very negative thought process. And I have to agree. I mean, everyone has their days. Let's just cross that off. Like everyone has their bad days. Not everyone's gonna feel 100%. Not everyone is gonna have a good day either. I feel like as long as one, they try and look on the bright side, or two, if they don't let that bad day carry on through like the whole week and just have that ruin their whole week rather than like just their whole day, I can understand that. But if you're having like a negative process all the time, that's only gonna drain yourself, bring yourself down, but then also bring your partner or your significant other down as well. Also, it's probably gonna worry them more than it probably will worry yourself, because they'll try and figure out ways to like try and help you get out of that process. And like if they can't, because you're not trying to get out of that process, there's not much that they can do.
I have a contradiction to that. So I don't know. I don't remember all the like the thought processes of people, but there's like the optimistic, and then there's the pessimistic, and then there's realistic. And I think everyone needs a little bit of both, because it's realistic. It's not gonna be all sunshines and rain. Oh my god!
What you're saying is everyone needs a little bit of realism.
Yeah, but realism is a negative thought process and a positive thought process, if you think about it, because pessimism is negative only and optimism is only positive. So like personally for me, I feel like I am a realist thinker.
Well, we're just talking about like negative thoughts, so like we're not talking
Okay,
about realistic.
fine.
I feel like realistic thought process is like different because like that's just being like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be late to this when you know you're gonna be late to this.
Yeah.
Like, but that's not necessarily like negative thought process. That's just like being realistic.
Okay, then if it's only negative, then I think, honey, please help yourself.
Anyway, guys, that is all of the red and green flags. Let us know if you disagree with any of them. Subscribe down below and also comment down below. They comment down below.
They should comment down either a red or a green flag. A standing girl or a standing guy emoji. That is how I feel most of my days. Just like, what is happening?
And we will see you guys
Oh
in the next one.
Oh my gosh, there! She's so funny.
See you, boy, guys.
Bye!
Bye.
She doesn't understand what's happening.
Bye.